Okay, Wednesday, July 18, folks. That's going to mark Nelson Mandela's 100th birthday. And in light of that, the discussion is still being had about what he stood for. To give us the details on plans to commemorate the day, we have joining us Tyrone Gunny, Acting South African Commissioner, and Dr. Akshay Mansingh, coordinator of the UWI Mona debate. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning,
sir.
Good morning, sir.
I'm not so sure the discussion is still going on about what he stood for. We pretty much know what he stood for, don't we, Sir Tyrone?
No, I think the discussion continues, particularly in light of the fact that after 24 years of freedom and democracy, we're still confronted with the triple challenge of high unemployment, high rates of inequality and poverty. And so the discussion around democracy and the ideals has to result in some type of action to give effect to freedom. You cannot continue to exist on the margins of economic development and economic prosperity. And so throughout our 24 years, that discussion has continued. However, the centenary has provided us with an opportunity to say, in reflecting on his ideals and his values, what action do we take as a nation? And in the State of the Nation address, our current president, President Ramaphosa, used the lyrics from Yuma Sikela's song, Tumamina, which means send me. And some of the lyrics go, send me to the alcoholic, send me to the person who has HIV and AIDS. And it speaks to us as individuals, making a difference where we can. So I think this year in reflecting, it has reinvigorated the call for all South Africans to be proponents for promoting democracy.
If he were alive now, how pleased do you think he would be with any developments?
That's the thing about being on TV, you get difficult questions.
Yeah.
But the reality is, I think, it is common practice to focus on the negative and ignore huge and large amounts of success. That never before has so many people had electricity. Never before has so many people had access to potable water, sanitation, social grants for the elderly. However, having said that, it would be remiss of me if I did not say that we are confronted by challenges that are highlighted. And what those challenges do is they bring the debate to the fore. And people exercise their right to articulate their dissatisfaction. And I think in doing so, they have caused us to say, let us take stock of where we are. But I must say that throughout all of the challenges, what has allowed us to navigate and maintain the democracy that the world knows us for is the fact that we are a country that subscribes to the rule of law.
Okay. Dr. Mansingh, you're the Dean of the Faculty of Sport at the University of the West Indies. So why are you involved in this?
Yes, this is slightly outside of Faculty of Sport, in that the Mona debate is actually the second one that we're holding. For full disclosure, was an idea that my wife had floated as an academic, saying that there are other, if you notice, there are other TV stations that carry other debates, which are just good academic exercises on contemporary issues and so on. It was felt that Mona, as a leading sort of educational institution, should have academic activities like that. So we had held the first one 2 years ago, in conjunction at that time with the Indian High Commission, honoring a stalwart of theirs, but it was very relevant to a Jamaican topic. And the debaters at that time included the new Minister of Education, some deans of the faculties there themselves, and Garnet Roper. It was a grand success. It was a success because it was an academic activity of just clean debating. The side you're put on was not necessarily what your views reflected. Who you debated with may not be your political partner. And it was at that time, if you remember, when we didn't have our debates during the elections. So it was nice to just get out of debates. The Prime Minister was there, etc. Now, we were looking for the ideal sort of moment, the opportunity to have the second one. And along came Mr. Gunny to Jamaica. And we've been talking about this for a while, because July 18, Nelson Mandela's centenary is not just the fact that he's going to be 100 years old, but the theme in South Africa is Be the Legacy. And so it's not a matter of whether he would be happy or not, it's what the legacy is and how does one continue that. And I think that's part of the whole concept of this Freedom Week that we're having. Because also we have a panel discussion on Friday at 5:30 where we're looking at the ugly past, reconciliation / independence, and the future. Parallels between Jamaica and South Africa.
Okay.
So
has democracy led to more free and equitable societies? Sir Tyrone, what would you want us as Jamaicans, locals, to get out of all of this?
Well, I think what starts on the 18th culminates on the 20th in the discussion on the parallels. But I think as South Africans, we are called on to promote democracy. And having a debate and sharing views and discussing, you may walk in with a particular view and you may walk out enlightened, and that's what we want to see. We want to see Jamaicans in South Africa who are part of the global developing South to share views, discuss, debate, and respect each other's opinion on democracy.
And I'm curious to see what these debates will yield, because I think about democracy in South Africa, democracy in Jamaica. How are we comparing? What are the parallels? Should be a fascinating. So it's 18th to 20th. Dr. Mansing, tell me about the debates. Who are some of the folks who are going to be debating?
So on the 18th, which is the actual centenary, the South African High Commission, along with UWI, is putting on an exhibition prior to the debates on the life of Nelson Mandela. So this is going to be held at the Faculty of Law on campus. And so as you go in, there's a hallway where you'll have this exhibition. Starting at 6 o'clock is the actual debate. And this is a formal debate. So people have 10 minutes to give their positions and then 5-minute rebuttals. And for the proposition, for the moot, are Dr. Damon Crawford and Kamisha Kelly. Two very young, dynamic speakers and debaters who, as I said, we've put them together. It doesn't mean that they're political buddies or buddies in any way, but here you are, debating a point. And against the proposition is Dr. Sonia Nair, who's well known in the field of debating. And we're getting, especially for this, and gratitude to the South African High Commission, a delegation from University of South Africa. And the head of the Institute of Global Dialogue, Dr. Filani, or Professor Filani Tembu, is going to be debating as well. And I'm told that he's a young, very vibrant, very opinionated, and very engaging speaker. And so he'll be the fourth debater against the proposition.
That's the 18th.
The 18th.
19th?
Well, 19th actually is a little break off because we're having the Vice Chancellor's 11 versus Bangladesh cricket match day night at Sabina Park. And so that takes place free to the public as well, a day night 50-50 match. And then on the 20th, we reconvene at 5:30 with this panel discussion.
All right. Good to see you, sir. Good to meet you, sir.
Thank you very much for having us.
Tyrone Gunny, Acting South African Commissioner, and Dr. Akshay Mansing, Coordinator of the UA-MONA debate.
May I just ask before we go, is Wednesday open to the public?
Absolutely. All three are open to the public.
In particular, young people.
For free?
For free, yes.
Thank you, sir. All right. What's up next?
News. We're right back.